Greetings. Today on TV Box Stop, we have an unboxing and review of the Beelink GT1, Amlogic S912 octa-core Android 6.0 4K TV box. In a minute, I will also be running some benchmarking applications to see how well it performs, so stay tuned. We'll be right back after this. It's the most wonderful time of the year again, and there is no better place to get the best deals and gifts in TV box entertainment, from none other than from Geekbench, the #1 seller of Android TV boxes and accessories. See the description area for more information. Welcome back. The Beelink GT1 is one of Beelink's high-end TV boxes. It comes in a slim glossy black and grey metal housing, with the Beelink logo clearly displayed. Though it is simple in design, the Beelink GT1 has the appearance to blend into any luxurious entertainment center. The Beelink GT1 is not all about appearance, it is manufactured with the latest in Amlogic and ARM technology, to deliver the best performance to their customers. The Beelink GT1 runs on the Amlogic S912 octa-core CPU, with max speed of up to 2.0 GHz. Its graphics and display is powered by the ARM Mali T820 tri-core MP3 GPU, running up to 750 MHz. You now have the option of 2 GB of RAM and 16 GB of internal storage, or you can get the 32 GB of internal storage version available from Geekbench. It comes with dual-band 2.4 plus 5.8 GHz Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 4.0. It also comes with Beelink's patented 3D noise reduction filter. In the box, you have your TV box, an infrared remote control, one HDMI cable, a power adapter, and a user manual. The GT1 can work in any country or continent. It is shipped with the right power adapter to work in that particular region. At the back, you have one HDMI port, one of two USB 2.0 ports, one RJ45 Ethernet LAN port, one optical audio port, and power adapter jack. On the side, you have the other USB 2.0 port and an SD card slot. It has no USB 3.0 port, and there is no power button. Now I'm going to connect this box to my TV, and run some benchmarking applications, and let's see how well it performs, so stay tuned. I'll be back in a jiffy. Immediately upon starting up the box, this is the launcher you are presented with. It is really basic, and the icons are not labeled, so those who are not familiar with Android standard icons will have some slight issues navigating the launcher. However, there's a quick fix to resolve this issue that I will get to in a moment. It comes with a navigation bar at the bottom of the launcher for easy navigation. However, it's not visible when starting up for the first time. You have to swipe in an upwards motion at the bottom of the screen for it to show up. On the navigation bar, you have your volume control buttons for increasing and lowering the volume. You have a home and back button for easy return back to the home launcher. You get a cascade button for multitasking between apps, a screen capture button for taking screenshots, a hide button to minimize the bar, and a power button to shut down the box. Please note that when you get the box for the first time, it doesn't come with root access. However, because of Beelink's excellent update service, after the third update, root access was granted. So as soon as you start up the box, go to the apps section, and click the update and backup button, and run as many updates as possible, until it says that your box is up to date. It will give a startup where you have to enter your language and time zone setting, and then you are good to go, with your box fully rooted. Back to the launcher. To make this launcher easy to navigate, you have to add shortcuts on the My Favorites column on the right. To do this is simple. Simply click on the plus or minus button here, and you will be taken to a list of all the apps installed on the box. You then simply click on any app you want to add to the launcher. Once each selected app has a green tick on it, you can click the home button to return to the launcher. Here you can see a list of all the apps you have selected. To remove any of them is the same process, and unselect any app you want to remove. If we go to the apps section, here we have a list of all the apps that comes installed on the box. I already went ahead and installed some benchmarking applications prior to shooting this video, but prior to doing that, there wasn't really much apps that came pre-installed. You had Kodi, browser, Google Play Store, Marecast, App Installer, a fishing game, movie player, and a couple others. This is not a problem, because after the Beelink update, and root access was achieved, you now have the freedom to download and install any app you like from the Google Play Store. You can update Kodi to the latest version, install apps like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, WhatsApp, Google Chrome, Gmail, Skype, Netflix, Hulu, Pandora, small and large Android games, and you can sideload any APK files using the app installer. On the launcher, you have a one-click memory cleanup button that shuts down any running apps and clears the system cache to maintain speed and high performance. So I will now pause this video for a second to install some popular social media apps, then I will connect the box to my TV and run some benchmarks to see how it performs, so stay tuned. So we are back at the launcher, and as you can see I have installed all my social media apps without any problems. To do this, simply go to Settings, and scroll down to where it says Add Account. Click Add Account and click on Google. Enter your Gmail address and password, and then you can access the Google Play Store to install any app you like. In the Apps section, I will run a system app called Root Check. I have already stated that the box is rooted after the update, so I'm just running the app to show proof of Beelink's great service. As you can see, Root Check shows that the Beelink GT1 is now rooted, and it is running Android 6.0 Marshmallow. This is important, because there are many apps that need root access to work, and root access is also needed for the Google Play Store to work correctly on TV boxes. The next system app I am running is an app called AIDA64. AIDA64 is a system information application, and as it opens up, here under the system section it shows the model of the box, the manufacturer, the total RAM, and the available memory. It also shows the total internal storage as 10 GB, and the total free storage remaining. However, 6 GB of the 16 GB is used for the Android installation, so what is reflected here is the remainder of the total internal storage. This doesn't mean that you are limited to the remainder of the internal storage. Under Android 6.0 Marshmallow, you now have the ability to convert external storage into internal storage, up to 32 GB on SD cards, and up to 1 TB and over via USB with external hard drives, giving you massive internal storage capabilities to download very large Android apps and games that wasn't possible before on later versions. Under the CPU section, here it shows that the CPU is an octa-core Cortex-A53 CPU, running on a 64-bit system. It shows that the maximum speed here under CPU clock range to be up to 1.5 GHz. This is not as it is stated on many websites to be 2.0 GHz. We'll also see how this affects the benchmark score in a minute. Under the display section, it shows that the GPU is the Mali T820 tri-core GPU, with a refresh rate of 60 Hz. Under the network section, here it shows what Wi-Fi band you are connected to. Here it shows I am connected to a 2.4 GHz connection. 5.8 GHz is supported once you connect to an AC router. Under the Android section, here it shows that the box is running on Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow operating system, and here again it also shows that the box is rooted. Under the thermal section, it shows that the box has an operating temperature between 42 to 60 degrees Celsius, and it can reach as high as over 60 degrees under heavy activity like when playing games. Under the codec section, here we have a long list of all the decoders the box comes with. If you look closer here, it shows that it has HEVC and VP9 decoding. These are important codecs needed to play 4K videos. That's it for AIDA64. I am now going to run one more system app called the DRM Info app. DRM Info, or Digital Rights Management Information, is the app that shows what levels of digital rights the box possesses to show HD and 4K quality from paid subscription services, like from Netflix and others. This only applies to paid subscription services, so an open source app like Kodi Media Center are not affected by this. And as we can see, it shows that the Beelink GT1 doesn't have support for Marling DRM, Verimatrix VCAS, and Microsoft Play Ready DRM. This simply means that apps like Netflix will not show in 4K quality on this box. It will play, but not in 4K. 4K will however play from recorded videos, and from apps that doesn't require it. That's it for system and hardware information, and now on to some benchmarks. For the first benchmark, I usually run the Antutu benchmarking application. The Antutu Benchmark is a comprehensive benchmarking application that runs a series of tests on your Android device. These tests comprises of 3D graphics, off-screen rendering, image processing blur, 3D physics simulation, and image processing fisheye. It carries out a test on memory performance and CPU multithreading and multitasking capability, and it also performs a test on user experience performance. This test takes about 7 minutes, so I skipped the testing part to display the final results. In the end, the Beelink GT1 got a surprising score of 40,584, which is higher than the T95U Pro, the T95Z Plus, and the Yonto Y2, despite having a lesser CPU top speed than it is supposed to have. Next, I'm running the Geekbench 4 application. This is another one of those benchmark apps I like to run. The Geekbench 4 application runs a series of tests on your CPU, and it times how long the processor takes to complete each task. The quicker the CPU takes to complete each one, the device in turn will get a higher score. In the end, the Beelink GT1 got a Geekbench 4 score of 569 single-core and 2,233 multi-core, which again is higher than a lot of TV boxes in its class. For the final benchmark, we have the IceStorm Extreme GPU benchmarking application. IceStorm Extreme is a comprehensive graphics rendering application that measures GPU performance. The first test measures GPU performance while processing lots of vertices. The other test measures performance while processing lots of pixels. And the third test, which is the physics test, measures CPU performance. The Beelink GT1 got a score of 6,294, and again I am surprised with this score when compared to some of the other boxes that I have tested. Well, that's it for the benchmarks. Let's take a look now at the Kodi application, which is the most used application on TV boxes. If you go under Settings to System Information, here you can see what version of Kodi you have installed. On this box it is Kodi 16.1 Jarvis. If you go under Video Add-ons, here you get a list of all the major video add-ons that comes pre-installed on this box. It comes with a variety of movies, TV shows, sporting events, and live TV for your enjoyment. The Kodi application has built-in video codecs for playing 4K videos at different frames. Most 4K videos can be played using the Kodi Media Player, and the other formats that cannot be played using the Kodi Player will play using the media player that comes with your Android installation. For my final test, I like to run a game. This time, I'll be running the racing game called Asphalt 8, Airborne. This game requires fast 3D graphics and it is over 1 GB in size. As you can see, the game runs without any issues. The Beelink GT1 runs this game with settings on the highest resolution, and there is no lagging or freezing up. In summing up this review, I must say that the Beelink GT1 surprised me a bit in the benchmark scores. The performance and update to root access was really impressive, and I give this TV box 2 thumbs up for performance. However, the remote is an infrared remote control, and you will still have to buy a wireless air mouse or touchpad keyboard for easy navigation. Even though there is an issue with the CPU clock speed reading at 1.5 GHz. This didn't seem to affect the benchmark scores or its performance. So this ends my review of the Beelink GT1, Amlogic S912 octa-core Android 6.0 4K TV box. If you are interested in this box, I placed a link in the description area for more information. Thanks for watching, and remember to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to this channel for more TV box stop videos.